Do some Streets of Rage 3. Which is probably going to be worse than Sonic Spinball, but it's another game that people donated for. It's a charity thing. So I need to practice this one. I'm gonna beat it at some point. And then maybe we'll go to do some Sonic Chaos, finish off the other story. Yeah. So the people that just sit in front of the TV all day. Yeah? Did you get like a big Sega collection, or...? Let's see. I gotta remember how to play this after I was playing Golden X3 earlier. I really like the first two Streets of Rage games. This one falls down a lot. I have not played it much, so I will probably get wrecked. Native English, okay. People haven't really picked up the language yet. Yeah. I mean, I'd say this is closer to Streets of Rage 2 than Streets of Rage 2 is to the original Streets of Rage. But I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons that this game's not great. Like, I think it was really rushed. It kind of plays like a beta version. It doesn't really feel finished. It's not very polished. But they also made a lot of... I think this is the only one they really made a lot of changes when they swapped it from... when they localized it. They changed quite a bit when they changed this from the Japanese bare knuckle to the Western Streets of Rage 3. And generally not for the better from what I've seen. Yeah. I mean, best way to learn a language is to go to the country where it's spoken. That's your chance to get something new. Yeah, when they westernized this game, they had it really hard in their heads that Western audiences would only buy a difficult game. So they tinkered with it to make it way, way harder than the Japanese version. I'd probably be rubbish myself if I moved to another country and tried to learn the language there. Probably need to, you know, actually socialize and stuff to do that. I mostly like stay at home and mind my own business. Yeah, that's good to do. I'd like the opportunity to learn more languages. I was studying Japanese a while ago, but the teacher moved back to Japan, and I couldn't find another one. And I haven't really found any interesting language courses since then. A fair few years ago, there used to be tons of courses going on all the time at the local education centres. All sorts of different languages and really interesting stuff, and I signed up for a bunch of them. But they don't really do any of that stuff anymore. All their budgets got cut into oblivion. And now it's like the only courses you can get there are like basic ICT, basic maths, basic English, and if you're really lucky, they might teach French and German. I did do German at school, and I know they're big languages that would maybe be useful, but my experiences with German from school has made me feel that languages with gendered nouns are not for me. The dirty das stuff. I don't have space in my brain to remember whether the moon is male, female, or neuter, you know? That's an automatic fail in a language from me. I'd quite like to learn Swedish or somewhere around there. Can't find any classes. I'd say Japanese is difficult to get started in. It's like a lot of rules you need to remember. But Japanese actually follows its rules, unlike English that just kind of makes it all up as it goes along. I felt like Japanese once I actually managed to get into it, I felt like Japanese was a much more sensible language than English. Yeah, I mean, I meant more like reading and like writing and literature kind of classes. When I said like English classes, but yeah, they usually do English language like speaking English classes as well. But you know, it's my first language, so obviously those aren't much use to me. Yeah, I don't know if they used to, if they still do it, but back in those days, you did used to get like a huge discount on classes if you'd been out of work for a while and stuff. So it was like to get people in. It was to get people in education so they could get into work, I guess. English is too many words said the same. Yeah, English is a mess. Like with Japanese, it's like hard to get into, but easier to master, I guess. Itself, don't try and pick up grenades once you've pulled out the pin. Because you gotta learn all the rules. Once you know the rules, it follows the rules. Like, English is kind of the opposite. Like, it's easy to get the basics. You can say your words in whatever order, and you might sound like an idiot, but people will understand what you're trying to say. But then to actually get the actual grasp of English. Like, English is just a dozen different languages mashed together. You gotta learn a dozen different rules, remember which one goes where. Hacking terrible language. No consistency. I mean, phonetic's the best thing you can do with your language. Each letter only has one sound. You can look at a word written down and know exactly how to say it. Why doesn't every language do that? Yeah, I mean, these days it's not too hard for me to find work, because I've got a lot of skills, experience, different things that I've done. But I had a lot of trouble getting to work when I was younger. I had plenty of school qualifications, but nowhere cares about those. They just want to know what experience you've had, you know? When I finished with uni stuff, I think I had like a year and a half with no job. Like, I was applying for everything I could find. I had like... I was getting like 3 job interviews a week, and then each one would tell me the same thing. You know, you interviewed well, but you just don't have as much experience as the other candidates. And that went on until I basically got lucky and found a job where the other candidates all sucked, so they hired me, even though I had no experience. And then, you know, from there I did that job for a while, and after that I had experience, and I could get work pretty easily. But yeah, I can see how people who haven't done many jobs get stuck not being able to get one. Doesn't hurt to do a few classes and learn a few new skills. Speak a language or something, looks good on a CV. Non-English has taught you to be open-minded. You mean about learning languages, or...? Years worth? Nice. I spent most of my life working for the NHS. Doing admin, computer work kind of stuff mostly. Some good experiences of being sent into different departments to help out and being like, yeah, you realize that like a good Excel spreadsheet could like automate 3/4 of this work, right? And getting to set that stuff up. That's the kind of work that I like doing. Looking at what's going on and being able to like puzzle at it, figure out a better way to do it. Get the computer to do the work for people. TV says no drama on it, nice. Yeah, anything for a quiet life. Excuse me. Yeah, so my first job was like a temporary 6-month contract, and they told me at it that there'd only been 2 applicants, me and some other person, and that the other applicant had been terrible. So that's why I got the job. But after that job I managed to get another temporary job, and as that job was finishing up, the first place got in touch with me again to say that the temporary job I'd done was now open as a permanent position, and they really wanted me to apply for it, which was nice. They remembered me and thought I'd done a good enough job. Yeah, swept that interview pretty easily. Worked there for a long time. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm hoping to get a little of that from my new job, where I'll be getting sent to all these different departments to help out. Again, I know that's not quite the same thing. I don't really travel well, so I'd have difficulty doing it otherwise. Yeah, that's fair, man. You're doing them as much of a favor as they're doing you, at the very least. Kinda how I left my old job. The management were being jerks and making my life difficult, and it's like, admin jobs like these are not exactly hard to find, you know, I can just go somewhere else. They can fix things, so I did. Hey, Bongy Dongy. How you doing? Yeah, have a good night. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it was their loss. Like, I was doing jobs that were way above my position. Like, I was doing high-level reporting and stuff that was supposed to be done by, like, hospital executives. And here's me, bottom-rung, underpaid admin guy, doing it all for them. Like, I didn't mind at the time, because I mean, I enjoyed doing that kind of stuff, and it was a good job where I was left alone to just do my thing. Just wanted to go into work and do my job, you know? But yeah, then they started making life difficult, and I was like, I don't need to be doing your fancy stuff, and like the reason I'm doing all of your high tier stuff on this level of pay is because I enjoy the job. Congratulations, you made it so I don't enjoy the job anymore. I'm gonna go now. delegation, yeah. It was mostly that. I think most of the execs, management people, didn't know how to do their jobs. So this is where the game starts going against me. These two tend to beat the heck out of me. Yeah, exactly. I had a new manager who seemed to feel like yelling at other people was a substitute for doing her job. Yeah, I had a good experience, and you know, I learned a lot of things. I had a good time there for a long time, but it was time to go. The whole place was a sinking ship. Like when a new supervisor is in a completely different part of the hospital and knows nothing about what we actually do, how are they supposed to run as well? Yeah, I hear you. I got a lot of similar stuff to that. I was running the hospital complaints database, doing reporting for execs and stuff, tons of stuff beyond my grade. For a while they didn't have a head of the hospital database, and I was doing that job for them, and that was way above my pay grade. And again, I like doing it, but it's... They kind of took advantage, I guess. You do extra stuff as a favor to them, and then they expect you to do it every time. I pointed out to the new manager that most of what I did was way beyond my job role, and I was doing it, and I'd started doing it as a favor to them. And she just said, "Oh well, your job role changed over time, so that's your new job now." Hacking not at the wages that you pay me. To do extra, you gotta give me a reason to, and being left alone was a reason enough, but I'm not getting that anymore, so... Yeah. I don't know, it was upsetting. I did that one specific job for 6 years, and for like 5.5 I never had any problems. And then the whole thing went down the tank. Your whole company merged with Tesco. And then all the Tesco managers came in and didn't know what was going on, I'm guessing. I hate this boss. There's way too many things to keep track of. In that there's 2 of them. I can't coordinate them. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even really the money, it was just... Like, I like doing the work, and I just wanted to go into work, have a quiet day, getting everything done. And having people yelling at me and stopping me from doing my work. When it wasn't even really my job and I wasn't getting paid to do it. Like, if it had been my job, I wouldn't have had room to complain. But it wasn't my job, it was just stuff being done as a favor, and it wasn't rewarded. Job's a job. Yeah. Are you serious? I walked into the barrel and... okay. Fine. There goes that life. Yeah. I mean, for me, I like a job where I can use my brain. Figure things out. Keeps me from getting bored. Yeah, that's fair. It's entirely up to you whether you care or not. You can hire you to do the job, they can't hire you to care about it. I think I probably come across as cold until people get to know me. I'm not really a people person. Heck, come on, let me get the turkey before you move me on. Whip. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. People are difficult, I don't really get them. My brain's not equipped for peopling. I find them very hard to process. What people are really saying, what they've got going on. My brain just doesn't pick that stuff up as well as other people seem to. All I want at work is to be able to sit in my corner and get my job done. Not having to talk to anybody is ideal. Yeah. I mean, in my case, I have to admit a lot of it's on me, because I don't understand people. Like, my brain just doesn't work for that kind of stuff. I have a hard time reading their faces. I have a hard time recognizing people. Everybody's faces look the same to me. But yeah, there's also a lot of difficult people out there. A lot of managers who act like they own you because they pay you minimum wage. The boomers? Yeah, largely so, I would say. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it as specifically a boomer thing, but I guess, yeah. Every boss I've ever had could easily be described as a boomer. Every boss in this game has its own special kind of frustration. This guy's got all of my moves, plus better moves. What does one do here? Hit him with a lead pipe, I guess. He might have robot strength and all kinds of fancy moves, but he doesn't have a lead pipe. Also, every time I get into a grapple, I lose track of which one of us is which. Yeah, it's designed to be superior to me in every way. What can man do against machine? Turn it off, yeah. Can we find this guy's remote control? I think there's some guy just off the screen with like a an old-fashioned RC car remote, just hammering buttons. If only we could go beat up that guy. I'm gonna have to spend some time practicing this game, I think, before I'm able to beat this one. That wasn't even all that far in. Sonic Spinball and Streets of Rage 3 I'm gonna have to practice. I think I've got 2 other games on my list that I can probably beat. I can definitely beat Sonic and Knuckles, which was one of our starting games. And Sonic Chaos, I've done it before, I don't remember it being too difficult. I think maybe I'll play Sonic Chaos next. I'm gonna take a quick break first, though. I'm gonna grab some food and check on the animals, so I'm gonna be about 10 minutes, probably. When I get back, we'll try and get the proper ending in Sonic Chaos. All emeralds. So yeah. I'll be back soon.